Hi everybody, David here with That Details, and we have a really exciting product that I've been wanting for a long time, and it is the follow-up video to the unboxing to the CR Spotless deionized water filter, and I'm just going to show you just a brief introduction to it because now that I have it installed on my wall right behind me, you can see that there. My garage is a bit of a mess right now, but I'll show you what I did to install it. I had to move the hose reel, the black hose reel, up about 8 inches to accommodate the large size of the water filter. So I will show you what that looks like, just so you can get familiar with it. And I'm going to test it out for the first time. I've already tested it for leaks, and I had a little bit of a leak. I forgot to actually use the wrench to tighten down the canisters, which is, a bonehead move, but, I've never had one of these, so I forgot. And so water was pouring out everywhere. Anyway, now I'm just going to show you what I did, show you how I did the quick disconnects and how everything connects up, just so it's not this big laborious threading and unthreading hoses and thing that takes forever to switch from regular water to deionized water. Again, the purpose of deionized water is to have a pure water that's coming out of the source from the garden hose or out through the pressure washer hose, and that's really important because so today it's 38 degrees outside, and it was actually snowing earlier today, but I was just so eager to test this, and I'm really excited because my wife's car, which was really clean, a week and a half ago, I did a really thorough cleaning of it. We drove it in a detour for like 50 miles on a dirt road due to the highway being shut down for whatever reason. And so my nice work was covered in dust. It wasn't muddy, but it was just dust. And I'll show you what the tires look like here. And then the back is where it has most of the dirt. It's just surface dirt though. Like the rest of the car actually looks pretty good other than just a layer of dust. So I'm really excited to just pull this out in the 38 degree weather and just use my pressure washer, hose it off, and just roll it back inside. Usually that's a huge no-no with pressure washing or just any raw water on a car because the water spots just from the tap have so many minerals that just sit on the glass and paint, and you actually need to polish them off in order to not have them anymore. So I'm excited about that. So anyway, I'm blabbing now, so I'll just show you what I did and show you some of the ways that I thought through just the connections, and I'll just test it for the first time. Okay, so here's the unit mounted on the wall in between 2 studs. And so you see it's a 2x6 that I had cut at 17 inches, and with some lag screws, I installed it right there. And because my wall studs are 16 inches on center, and so I just went to Home Depot or Lowe's and paid $5 for the board, and they cut it there because I don't want to do that myself. And it's cold outside. I don't want to get any more tools out. So anyway, here's the unit installed. I'll show you some of the clearance issues that we had, but right here is the TDS monitor, the total dissolved solid. So this just shows a live readout of what is the purity of the water measured in parts per million. And so 0 is what we're aiming for. And although you can't drink this, and I didn't explain this in the last video, but just because the water is too pure to drink, it actually could be harmful for people because it somehow reacts to our bodies a certain way. But anyway, you can actually use this in a humidifier. I called the manufacturer of CR Spotless, and they said that it's completely safe to use in a humidifier. So in Colorado, with my girls, we run the humidifiers a lot during the winter. It just gets so dry. We're just like a desert here. So anyway, so that's where that's installed. It's right underneath this hose reel, which I had to move up just due to some clearance issues. And then on the clearance issues, so you can just see how this is underneath the Alpha system. So we have plenty of room. I moved some things around to accommodate it. but it's still a good height. But you can see how it's pretty tight here, even without this board to mount it on. So one of the things that I was also trying to accommodate was the hose spigot that's coming out of the wall. I wanted it just high enough to where it was not really obstructing it. So you can see how it's just underneath the canisters there. So I'm really, really pleased with this unit so far, just the build quality and everything. And one of the things that I did was I hooked up this stainless steel braided hose line that comes with the unit into the inlet side. That is not on a quick disconnect at all, because I'm just going to leave that connected. But I installed this Y adapter splitter. It's a stout unit. And then this gray line here, this hose, this is the one that connects to the garden hose, the wall mount reel. So the idea is that I want to be able to run the water like this. And I already have this, you probably heard that. So I want to be able to run this water just straight from the faucet while I'm using my pressure washer, while I'm using the garden hose for whatever. And then at the end of the wash, or just hand washing the car, turn that off. There's such a great ball valve in there. This is now loaded, so I won't be able to demonstrate this. Stay tuned. There you go. So just a little water that came out. And then the idea is sort of just go right up here and connect it right there. So what that does is that now when I want to use deionized water, all I do is then just turn this valve open. So then the water comes right from the faucet into the inlet side. It goes from left to right. Water goes through this filter, then through this one, then out, and then into the garden hose. And then this is where this connects directly to my pressure washer, or you can just use whatever hose nozzle you have. Best thing to do, though, is to have it on the flat setting. That's just what's recommended by the manufacturer to get the best spotless feel. So I'm going to be connecting this right to my pressure washer. That is a quick disconnect connection into the old Sunjo pressure washer, and I'm just going to roll my wife's car out and wash it. First impressions, well, I needed to dial back my pressure washer in the flow or power setting, because it was intermittently just needed more water flow. So I dialed that back, but after that it was flawless. And so it is 38 degrees out here, and I'm pressure washing, so it seems pretty crazy. But I just pulled it in, didn't even use the wiper blades, because I actually want to see what this looks like when this is all dry. The surface protectant that's actually on this, you can see this, it's beading pretty well. This is just the bead maker from P&S, which is a pretty exciting product that came out about 2 years ago. So more on that. I'll have a video on that. It's just a polymer sealant spray that I use as a drying aid, thanks to Matt Mormon with Obsessed Garage and the folks at the Rag Company for their content around that. So search for them, and there's some great stuff around that. So it's the next morning. The car is nearly all the way dry, and I gotta say, it did not feel good rolling the car in here without doing anything to that water. It was my first time doing that, so I was uneasy. It didn't feel good at all. So coming out here this morning, it's actually it's good to know that the car actually looks really, really stinking good. So it's not completely spotless, where there's some spots on the glass. I don't know if that's getting picked up in the lens at all through the reflection of the lights. The paint is, again, it's about 90%, maybe even more like 95% spotless. But I would say that even the spots that are left over are able to be wiped away with some glass cleaner or even some detail spray on the paint. So good news is that whatever the remaining water spots are, they're just easy to wipe away. Nothing that I feel like I have to polish. If that changes, I'll let you know. But overall, I feel like it's a great piece of the Dad Details arsenal. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the next video. Bye.